So Sotnikova remains as your leader with her 77.3, and that brings us to our final skater of the competition. It is Yulia Lipницкая.
Age of 15.
I can't believe it.
It's really unbelievable that these girls can come out and put out as much as they can at such a young age. She's so dangerous. You just never know how they're going to establish themselves on these huge platforms, such as the European Championships or the Olympic Games in Sochi.
You mentioned it earlier. Sometimes it's more pressure and sometimes it's less pressure because, frankly, you just don't know any better.
Yeah, you just don't realize. And I love the beginning of her program. They kind of play to the fact that she's a little girl. They're not trying to ignore it. They're not trying to compete with these older girls by her playing on the ice. That takes us back to a very simple time in our sport where it was hard for us to train. All we wanted to do was play around and draw on the ice.
She is skating to You Don't Give Up on Love by Mark Minkov.
Opening triple Lutz, triple toe, and she does it so easily. It doesn't even look like it's a difficult combination, although it's the hardest combination in the entire event. And you have to think at this young age and small body type that it is easier for her. She doesn't have as much force. She can rotate faster than some of these older girls that have matured a little bit further along. Also interesting that she went for the double axel as the second element. By putting the double axel there, she allows herself to have her footwork jump in the second half of the program and get that extra 10% bonus that we get after the halfway mark.
We said it earlier, but the Russians have not officially named their team, but it is widely thought that Yulia has a very good shot at grabbing one of the spots.
It's really hers to lose, and I don't see her giving that away. With the opening triple Lutz, triple toe, she really puts herself in a very aggressive, attacking place. And it's the skaters that tend to skate defensively that lose those spots. So like I said, she's so young, she just doesn't even have that worry in her face. Unbelievable flexibility there, heading into a transition into this footwork triple flip. A little break on the landing, but nothing drastic. And when you have that transition going in, that puts you at about an even base GOE, so you get out of the negatives with the transition. That's just inhuman. That should not be physically possible. To love how the program comes full circle. You also notice how quickly that program appears to have gone by. In length, it's the same as everyone else, but it just seems like it just started and she's already completed it.
That was quite the performance for the young Russian, just 15 years old, Yulia Lipницкая.
They always say, leave the crowd wanting more. You can just see the atmosphere in that arena. They want more. She doesn't have the polish or the finish that her teammates have, but she does have that technical ability. And she just plays to what she is. She's confident in the fact that she's that young up-and-comer, and she embraces it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here watching this and just she's exuding confidence and certainty, and not only in her skating but in just her reactions and professionalism.
Just her demeanor is just so confident. And when you're going for the hardest combination in the entire event, that triple Lutz, triple toe, it doesn't even faze her. She doesn't even crack a smile when she hits that. It's just, and the reason is she does it every day. She goes in and she expects herself to do those things. And that's the reason that she can stay so consistent. Just that repetition at home just really brings that together.
Well, her technical score already ahead of compatriot Sotnikova, so I'll put you on the spot and ask, will she take the lead?
The problem is it's too close in their technical scores. She can't catch her on components, so she has to build a big enough lead with the technical score. And I can't imagine that they're within 1 or 2 points on the components of the side of the score. So I see her being in second ahead of Karolina Kostner, but I can't imagine that she would take the lead in the short program. But in the free program, she has a lot of technical ability, and that's where your technical ability can really gain points. So she has more of an advantage in that program than she does here in the short.
So Yulia awaits her scores, a big deep breath to see where she will be. The score to beat is a 70-73.
Юлия Липницкая, программа.
A 69.97 puts her in second place. So she does get ahead of Kostner, but is just behind the score of her compatriot Adelina Sotnikova.
And you can see that presentation score, 31.91. That's a little bit lower than those elite girls. And once that mark starts to get up to 34, 35, this girl's going to be really dangerous. She's going to be really difficult to beat at any competition, let alone just the European Championships.
So let's say she improves and really tunes herself up. The overarching question will be, what will this young one do if she does make that Olympic team, which after this looks pretty good.